ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa has dared his political detractors in the NEC to give him a date on which day he should resign. In a heated direct political overview report, ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa dared his political detractors to stop discussing his exit in dark corners like cowards. Ramaphosa told the NEC that if he is asked to resign, he will even do it tomorrow. In a frank address, he told his detractors to come and raise the matter of them wanting him to resign to the NEC. The ANC president's comments come after media reports that he is planning to resign after the G20 summit. In a bold move, Ramaphosa, reflecting on the current Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, called for lifestyle audits on all NEC members, saying the ANC must never be run as a mafia style.
Yabona this gentleman, the way ANC NEC imsaba ngakhona imsaba kwangathi yi-lightning, because apparently lapha ku-National Executive Committee ANC they are discussing ukuthi this guy he must be removed. So uCyril wathi stop discussing me emakhoneni, umuntu onenkinga akangiface ngqo angitshele ukuthi ufuna ngiresign nini, and I will gladly resign. So because kune-faction yokuthi they want to bring back uThabo Mbeki as the president of the ANC because of they don't even trust uFikile Mbalula ukuthi anga leader this political party. So this guy, one thing that you must understand about this guy, ANC, especially that NEC and the people there in parliament, ubaphethele ama-file wabo, so he will even destroy them in the grave, because this guy ukhumbule ukuthi une i-office of the intelligence is a office in like, so whatever is happening, and futhi urecommend ukuthi i-NEC mele kube ne-lifestyle audit for each and every person olapha ku-NEC. So chaza ukuthi obviously you can't just request i-lifestyle audit meanwhile ungakathola ama-hematis. This guy he's a very dangerous person in the ANC, and even if I'm remover, they will regret. That will be the day ANC is buried. Look at what Samgele Masego said to SABC.
The opening of the ANC's National Executive Committee, in his political overview report, the ANC president basically threw down the gauntlet on his political detractors and said that stop discussing my name and my exit in dark corners. Have the necessary mental to come to the National Executive Committee and tell me to my face that I should leave and stop being cowards. He essentially said that give me a date and we will come and discuss this particular matter, and that he will not be at the center of dividing the African National Congress. If he is told to leave, he will do it as in tomorrow and not cause any problems. But interestingly, where he was essentially laying down the gauntlet to National Executive Committee members and enforcing his authority over the organization is when he reflected on the issues pertaining to the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry and all of the revelations coming out, in saying that all NEC members of the African National Congress should be subjected to lifestyle audits, particularly out of the horrific things that are coming out of the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry. And all of this frank discussion, frank talk of him is pertinently coming after night caucuses are being held about his possible exit, former leaders coming in as interim leaders of the African National Congress and interim leadership taking the ANC to its 2027 conference, the upcoming National General Council of the African National Congress in 3 weeks' time, is essentially emboldening himself within the structures of the ANC and inserting his authority in the National Executive Committee in basically saying, I'm in charge. If you've got an issue with me, stop being a coward. Come and raise it here within the National Executive Committee meeting.
And would you say that, some of these reports stem from the fact that there is the NGC meeting, which is taking place, or the NGC conference, which will take place next month, particularly at a time where he is serving his last term in the ANC?
It may as well be that people are planning for life post the presidency of Cyril Ramaphosa. Some may be unhappy with his leadership, particularly noting the fractious relationship that is there between himself and Thabo Mbeki and other detractors within the National Executive Committee. It also coincides with the election of Khusela Tiko in the National Working Committee of the African National Congress, and the Speaker of the National Assembly, also NEC member Togo Didiza, who was a candidate of the ANC Women's League, to be put into the National Working Committee of the African National Congress. And that just tells you of the javelin that is being thrown of Togo Didiza possibly being nominated as one of the female leaders of the African National Congress that may be touted by the Women's League to feature in the top echelons of the ANC in 2027. You've also got those who are propelling ANC Deputy President Paul Shipoko Mashatile. But this essentially emboldens the current president to say, I'm in charge. If you've got an issue with me, I want these two people, Kusela Tigo, Togo Didiza in the National Executive Committee. Togo Didiza got 71 votes, the highest votes of anyone else who contested this time around to be forming part of the ANC's National Working Committee. But the crux of it is he's further emboldened going towards the National General Council out of this NEC meeting, further emboldened going towards the G20 summit, noting some of the negative reports of Xi Jinping not coming. It's not the first time that Xi Jinping also doesn't come to a G20 summit. It's not the first time that an American president doesn't go to a G20 summit. It's happened in years before. So ultimately, he is steering the ANC in the direction that he wants it to go, but also emboldening himself, taking those particular jabs at his political detractors.